Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, DBougie86 again, and welcome to that time again, guys. Yes, it's that time for that DVD/Blu-ray update for the month of August. Oh yes, lots of interesting things I picked up in August. Not a whole lot, unfortunately, but a good stack. Was kind of like a buy as I go type deal. Just I limited myself like this month because there's other things I need money for. You know what I mean? That type of deal. It was like that type of month, but I did grab a few things that I'll show off to you guys and show you how small this month is. Let's get into the DVDs because there's only 4 of them. Yes. First up is a film that I picked up from Monster Pictures, and that is Castaic Blues. I actually did a full-length review of this on my other channel, Body Bags, last week. So if you haven't checked that out, check it out. It's underneath either you can go to Body Bags, or I also have a playlist on my own channel of all my Body Bags reviews. It should be the very last one there. Yeah, so Castaic Blue, check out my review. Next up is a film that my buddy Brandon actually threw in a package for me. With some of his other stuff will be in the Blu-ray section. But it's one I wanted to check out, and I know Brandon, I heard mixed things on this one. I know Brandon didn't really care for it. I know a few other people did, but that's Evil Laugh. Funny thing about this film, it's actually directed by Joey from Friday the 13th Part 5. Yeah, it's fucking awesome. Next up is a film that I've been hearing good things about. I know my buddy Moods actually really enjoys this film. He actually reviewed this, I believe, on one of his 31 Days of Horror. I'm not really sure which one. I know he reviewed it, though, on one of those. And that is Paper House. This is from Bernard Rose, who also directed Candyman. I'm very excited to check this one out. Just from the plot alone, it sounds really awesome, and just the way that this film looks, like just the cover art in general, and like the synopsis sounds fucking badass. So I can't wait to check that one out. Awesomeness right there. And last for the DVDs is an IFC Midnight title that I've been kind of holding off on it because I don't know, I couldn't find it, but I found it on Hamilton Books for like a really good price. And I picked it up, and that is Tessio the Bullet Man, of course, from Shinya Tsukamoto, who directed the first 2 Tessio films, too. Very stoked to check this one out. Very body horror stuff. Of course, like cyberpunk influence in it. If you haven't seen a Shinya Tsukamoto film before, he has a lot of like crazy things in his films involving like body horror and shit like that. And this is one that I wanted to check out for the longest time. So can't wait. I'm gonna do like a Tessio marathon because I have all 3 of those now. Oh yeah. Now, yeah, that's how short the DVDs were. That's it. Now into some Blu-ray Izzles. First up, film that, before I show you what it is, I say, don't judge this film by its cover art. And that is Another Evil, yes. Now, that is some of the worst like cover art for a movie in the longest time. It makes it look like it's going to be like this like shitty like comedy like movie, which it does have comedic moments in it, but they're like brilliantly done and great performances, and just overall just a great film. I highly enjoy this one. If you haven't seen Another Evil yet, I highly recommend it. Awesome movie. Next up is Severin's release of Beyond the Darkness. I actually am going to be picking up the 88 Films release of this also down the line, because I decided to collect the Italian collection. Even though it's going to be like me double dipping on a few titles, once I got a lot of those in last month, it was like, they just look nice all like in a row and stuff, and I don't really collect a lot of lines anymore, so I just like thanks Moods for that, because he sent me a bunch of those in and stuff, so he got me into him, and now I'm gonna collect the whole line. But this is one I am gonna collect through that line. I haven't actually seen this film before. I know the music from it, which this version actually does come with the soundtrack by Goblin and stuff. Uh, yeah, I'm very stoked to check this one out. Heard things about this films over the years and always wanted to check it out. So Beyond the Darkness, awesomeness right there. Next up is two that I actually won from a contest from episode 100 of the 22 shots, which I'm proud that they got that far, and they're expanding even more because they're past that now. But it was actually a great moment that I actually got to help them get to episode 100 in a way, because I did guest on uh, 11 shows prior to episode 100, of course, uh, with me as like a guest host, as you want to call it, was episode 99, the Hatchet trilogy, which was a great experience, I have to say, and it actually built me up to become a podcaster myself. So as always, I always thank those two. But I won Phantasm Remastered and Phantasm Ravager standalones. Really stoked. I actually do have the Arrow box set of these films, but I know that these have special features that I don't think that are in that release. I could be mistaken. I haven't actually looked at the back of each of these of the Arrow one to see what the features are different. But I'm stoked to check out both releases. Anyways, because I never picked up that Well Go box set. It went out of print like it sold like crack. You know what I mean? Next up, I picked up 3 from Hamilton Books. First up is actually one of my favorite Hitchcock films of all time. I actually never owned this, and that is The Trouble with Harry. Got it on Blu-ray. Izzle, can't wait. This is kind of like a comedy in a way. It's kind of funny, like it's kind of like a dark humor to it. Really funny shit. Just the film in general. It's one of my favorite Hitchcock movies because it's a film that he never did before. Like it's like this dark comedy with like great performances. Shirley MacLaine's actually in this movie. Awesome shit. The Trouble with Harry. Next up is Deliverance. As you know, I did guest star on my 13th episode of the 22 Shots, where we covered Deliverance and Southern Comfort. And that's one of their awesomest shows, because these movies are great to talk about, especially Deliverance, especially with like the death and the whole discussion. Is it a horror film or is it not a horror film? Who cares? It's a fucking awesome movie, you know what I mean? That's all that matters. The fucking awesomeness. Really great performances. John Voight, Burt Reynolds, Ned Beatty, Ronnie Cox. Kill it. Oh yeah. Next up is Steven Spielberg film I actually never seen before. It's the Sugarland Express. Been wanting to check this one out for the longest time. I know Zach actually recommended this movie to me. So thank you, Zach. I picked it up, and here it is. Oh yeah. Sorry for the glare there. Sugarland Express. First up, I picked up Monta Macabre's release of The Fox with the Velvet Tail. Giallo film I've never seen before. Very stoked to check this one out. Awesomeness. Of course, these were limited to 500, and I got 134. If you see that, awesomeness right there. Can't wait to check that out. Looks dope as all hell. Next up, I picked up 2 Code Red titles. First up, Knife the Ladies. Awesome Western slasher film. Yes, I said that correctly. It takes place in the Wild West. Guys going around killing these girls. And it's up to the sheriff and this investigator that they call in to try to figure out who's doing the killing. Of course, we got Jack Elm in this movie. Who else? Jeff Cooper. Gene Evans. Numerous actors. Actually, the funniest story of this is the Turk's in this movie. If you know, the Turk is Derek Sanderson. And I was actually named after him. That's why they named me Derek. Well, it's my first real name. I was named after the Turk. Yes, that's his nickname in hockey. Of course, you know, Derek Sanderson's Boston Bruins player. Great player. So that's fucking crazy that he's in this movie. I'm like, is that Derek Sanderson? Fucking awesomeness right there. Awesome shit. And another one I picked up is Ladies Stay Dead, Ozploitation Classic. Been wanting to check this one out for the longest time, and really, really awesome, bold, crazy shit, man. Really enjoyed this one. Awesome shit. Lady Stay Dead. Highly recommend it. Awesome ride there for any fans of Ozploitation films. Next up, my buddy Brandon threw this one in to the package too, and that is The Queen of Blood, which I heard a lot of like negative things about, to be honest. I haven't seen it yet. It's one that I'm gonna check out though, because hey, why not? It's free. It's from me. No, but it's a gift and stuff, so I will keep it even if I didn't care for the movie. So I'm still curious on it though. It's interesting. Looks kind of cool in the back, anyways. I don't know. Who knows? Next up is Up from the Depths, which Brendan I had picked up. Gave him the cash because these were on sale for really cheap during that Scream Factory sale. So I had him pick me up this one. Funny, cheesy film. The shark's kind of cheesy looking and shit when you look at it. But really fun stuff. I really did enjoy this. Of course, it's like a Jaws ripoff, but instead of it's set in Hawaii type deal, and it's like a prehistoric fish. But it has some like awesome moments and some sleazy moments too, because there's like this plot involving like a Playboy model and shit. You're like, what the fuck? But awesome shit. Really recommend Up from the Depths, especially if you like those cheeseball films. Next up is another Scream Factory that I had Brandon pick up for me. And that is Virus. Yes. Now you're thinking, like, Virus? Really? I actually do enjoy this film for what it is. It's not a perfect film by any means, but it's a film that I could actually... It's like one of those movies that you just shut your brain off and enjoy for me. It has some great prosthetic effects and shit. It has, like, some great, like, especially with the robotics and stuff that goes on with it. And some great characters. I actually like Donald Sutherland in this movie a lot. His character is like kind of an asshole and stuff, but he doesn't mean to be an asshole because he's hot-headed and wants to do what he thinks is right and stuff. So it's kind of crazy and weird at the same time. But really fun film. I really enjoy Virus, of course, with Jamie Lee Curtis. Oh yeah. Next up is a Arrow Steelbook of The Long Good Friday. Yes. And the reason I picked this one up is we're actually doing on Cinema Attack, our podcast, as you know, an actor's spotlight on this gentleman right here. Yep, Mr. Bob Hoskins, where we're going to be reviewing The Long Good Friday and Mona Lisa, two of his better-known movies. So, very stoked to revisit this. I seen this film years ago. It's been a while. And I came in to check out the transfer from Arrow Video. Of course, they do some great work on restoring these type of movies. So, awesomeness right here. Came in to check that one out. Next up is a film from a company I never heard of, Cine Asia. Don't know much about them. But it's a UK release, and that is The Guard Post. Yes, this is from the director of R Point, which is a film I actually really dug. I actually ordered a copy of that movie. And I have to check it out. This is kind of like some like military horror stuff. It involves like the military, like R Point did. But this one's fucking awesome. I have to admit, it was really fucking cool. I liked how it all went down. Really awesome movie. Has some gore in it and stuff, and some crazy moments. Really fucking awesome shit. If you haven't seen The Guard Post yet, I highly recommend it. Guard Post, wow. Next up is some 88 Films goodness. First up, I picked up Touch of Death, Lucio Fulci awesomeness. I haven't seen this film yet, actually. It's one that's on the back burner. Been wanting to check it out for the longest time, and I'm glad I'm holding a copy of it in my hand. So, awesomeness. I did see this one, and that is Body Puzzle. Really great transfer, and I actually do love this film. I actually do have the Raro Video DVD of this. Really great ride and just awesomeness all the way around. Really great looking film. Awesome. Next up is Zombie Creeping Flesh, also known as Hell Living Dead. As you see, it has all the like different, aka Virus, Zombie Creeping Flesh, Hell Living Dead, Night of the Zombies, numerous titles for this movie. But of course, this is directed by Bruno Mattei. Great transfer on this release, I gotta say. It comes with some great special features, including interview with like the actress of the film and Claudio Fagazzo. And all around, just a great release from 88 Films. Highly recommend that one. Next up is Blade of the Dark. Really enjoy this giallo. I haven't watched the transfer on this one yet. Love it with a passion, though. I have 3 editions of this movie now, yes. First Blu-ray, though. So that's good, at least. So, yeah, Blade of the Dark. Can't wait to check that battle area. And last for the 88 Films. Another one I haven't checked out the transfer yet, and that is Night Train Murders by Aldo Lotto. Love this film with a passion. If you haven't seen this, it's pretty much like a retelling of the Last House on the Left story, but done better in my opinion. Great soundtrack by Ennio Morricone. Great everything, really. Just great like visuals and cinematography by Aldo Lotto, because he was a cinematographer before he became a director. So he does a terrific job, and just fucking awesome movie. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend The Night Train Murders. And the last thing for the update, and this was actually the last thing I picked up for the Criterion sale, is the Before trilogy, of course, directed by Richard Linklater. I always get his fucking last name mixed up. It's Richard Linklater. That's how you pronounce it. Jesus Christ. But if you haven't seen these are like kind of like romantic like movies, I know. But I actually do enjoy like the 2 I did see it, because the way that they're told is very odd, because they're told in year spans. Like the first one takes place in the 90s, the first one takes place in the 2000s, and so on. And just the way that they bring back Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy in all 3 of these movies is just tremendous. And they do terrific jobs. From what I remember, it's been a while since I watched these. But I can't wait to revisit these, because we are planning on doing these on the podcast at some point. Not sure when, but I picked it up now because they were on sale, so I was like, that's a no-brainer, pick it up now for down the road type deal. I always plan ahead, you know what I mean? I'm always planning ahead on certain things. So, it was on sale, so get it now, you know what I mean? But that is it for the update, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And I want to say, first off, sorry for the lack of videos last week. Just been a hectic, busy month, because just working on the podcast and preparing for that, and other things that are happening, personal like life shit, but it happens, you know. Like, how many times? But I actually have tons of videos plans for this next month. I got prepping for 31 Days of Horror, like that's coming up, and so there'll be nothing but videos every day for me then, you know. So you can't see this face every day, you know what I mean? But everything's coming around, and I got some reviews that I actually got to upload for this week. So look out for those. See you later. Peace out.